time we are seeing Srimad Bhagavad Gita. As India told you, we are seeing the 5th chapter, Karma Sannyasa Yogo Nama. Krishna calls it as Karma Sannyasa Yoga. What is exactly Karma Sannyasa? Karma Sannyasa means the renunciation of actions. The renunciation of actions. So, it is a very deep topic. Because none of us who are sitting here today are ready to renounce actions, you know. It means we still have to get there. But it is always good to know where is your destiny, where is your goal. If you come out from the house and you leave, you drive out with your car and you don't have a goal or destiny, then where you will go? You just drive like a mad person. In fact, most human beings are living like that. Please understand this thing. Most of us are living. Our life is just going on and there is no definite goal in life. Nobody has a clear, distinct, definite goal in life. Where exactly I am heading? We have little goals every day. Now I am going to satsang. After satsang, now I am going home. So that home is the goal. Then that changes. You know, some other place. Tomorrow morning you get up and you go on some other place. So that is the little destiny. So little destiny. But where exactly is your ultimate destiny? Where are you heading? Where do you want to go? Nobody firms up that decision in his mind. So it means we are living just like that. But that is just what the animal kingdom does. They live just like that. Only a human being is capable of making a definite goal, gati, in his life. Lakshya, aim. So if we don't become clear about that, then again the study of Bhagavad Gita, study of scriptures, all of these things, they just become social preoccupation. We come to satsang just to socialize a little bit, you know. Anand invite me, so I have to come. What I go do? Okay. The goal of human existence is mukti. Please say that word. Mukti. Mukti means enlightenment, liberation. It means merging with God. Mukti. And if you don't have that clear in your mind, all the other things become Maya Jal. Maya Jal means just caught in the web of Maya. Because the society says, if somebody invite me, I must go. So I go. Because that is all part of the Maya. You are being led by society. Means you have no independence of your own. You see? So be clear. The goal of Bhagavad Gita, therefore, Bhagavan is teaching to Arjuna the science of moksha. How to get moksha. And Arjuna's present predicament, as we saw last night on the battlefield, can only be solved by this type of knowledge. Any other type of knowledge you give, there will be relative knowledge and they will have relative solutions. Everything in the world is relative except this absolute being, the absolute reality. And if one doesn't reach there, one lives in the relative world and is bombarded by and become victims to, the person becomes a victim to the vagaries of the relative world. A relative world means the world filled with the pairs of opposite. So today you're happy, you're bubbling in exuberance, you're jumping, you're walking on air. And tomorrow, next day, oh Bapre, you see the same person, miserable, depressed, in deep anguish. And you say, what happened to you? You say, I don't know. It appears as though when it rains, it pours. Same person, eh? But then you are a victim to the vagaries of the world, isn't it? So where is that strength? Where is that independence? Where is that ability to stand apart and watch the whole drama unfold? Where is inner strength to bear the pairs of opposite with balance, with equipoise? He's telling Arjuna, they come and go. All the things of the world, the pairs of opposite, they come and go. You bear them by maintaining equipoise, balance, But right now we are so sunken in the Maya, so sunken in the world, that to reach that state also of that balance and equipoise, a state of equilibrium, and to just watch the drama, to reach that state is such a difficult thing. So we have to start, I told you last night, we have to start slowly. We have to enter ourselves in a program. And when you tell people, you have to enter yourself in a spiritual program, that is like a red rag to a bull. But he doesn't want to enter into any spiritual program, and otherwise he has to systematically apply himself to this program and so reach his goal. In this world, everybody wants quick fix. What is that? Quick fix. You must take away my sorrows immediately. Give me a tablet. Give me an injection. Give me something fast. Everything fast. Therefore, fast food, fast cars, fast communication. Everything he likes, fast. Therefore, fast death also. So here is a program for somebody who is serious about spirituality, serious about reaching that goal, and who is serious about applying himself to the system laid down in the Bhagavad Gita. If you're not serious about that, I told you, this whole thing is joke. This is all a social program. You come here and socialize a little bit, eat a little bhojan, and go back home. That is why last time I told that we should have Bhagavad Gita also. Everybody should come with the Bhagavad Gita. One Mahatma Ji was passing by the village and he told all the people, he told his followers, I'm going to go to every house and I'm going to read Bhagavad Gita for everybody. So he stopped in the first house and he told the man, please bring out your Bhagavad Gita, I want to read a few verses for you. That man said, no, I don't have a Bhagavad Gita. He said, yes, you have one. I'm seeing it right on your shelf there, look. That is the one with all the dust on it. Means all the other things, they are nice and clean. But the Bhagavad Gita is the one with all the dust. And Bhagavad Gita is available here for a contribution of $20. I have the advertisement in front of me right here. You have to befriend the Gita. Befriend the Gita. First, you see, actually speaking, in the tradition, how you befriend the Gita? You befriend the Gita by chanting the verses. But in our case, we don't have any Gita to chant any verses. So the way to befriend, first you buy it. If you don't befriend, when you befriend anybody, or they'll reveal all their secrets to you or not. Suppose you meet somebody on Roshad Road on the road here, and he's walking down the road and you're walking down the road, and you see a total stranger, absolute stranger. You say, hey, how much money you have in the bank? He'll do one of two things. He'll either give you one slap, or he'll tell you, why don't you mind your own business? Total stranger, you ask him how much money you have in the bank. But you know that fellow, if you tell him, Hari Om, Namaste, something, and you become friends with him, and you get closer with him and all that kind of thing, within short time, he himself, without asking, he will tell you how much money he has in the bank, even to boast at least. That is if he has none in the bank, he will not have anything to boast. But by himself, he'll tell. You have to befriend him. So in the same way, the tradition has it, that when we chant the verses of Bhagavad Gita, we befriend the Bhagavad Gita. And a time will come when things will fall in place, that the meanings of those verses will just pop out of this text and hit you in the face. But we don't even have the possession of the Bhagavad Gita. So when you come to satsang tomorrow, please come with your Bhagavad Gita. Or even today, those of you who want it before I start chanting the verses, please. I don't know which side it is. It is somewhere there. Alright. So now what is this program that Bhagavan Shri Krishna subjects Arjuna's mind to? Because a rehabilitation process has to take place in Arjuna. Here, a rehabilitation has to occur. Arjuna's mind is taken up with this thing called as me and mine. These are my people. And if something happens to my people, I am affected. If something happened to other people, that is okay. See if our life is not like that. Our life is exactly like that. If something happens to my son, my daughter, my wife, my husband, my house, my car, I am so worried. If something happens to the neighbor's one, in fact, not only are we not worried, we say good for him. Isn't it? You see? Because we are only concerned with mine. And that is the root of Arjuna's problem. And that mine is born from something called... Now, let me tell you the Sanskrit words, then I'll tell you the English words, then we'll follow this whole thing properly as Bhagavan lays it down in Bhagavad Gita. Minus and I-ness, those two things, in Sanskrit they are called as mama and aham. Mama means mine. Mama. Mamatvam, so it's called as minus. Mine and minus. Mama is mine. Mamatvam is minus. So either we are overly fond of our own possessions, our own things, or worse than that, ahamtva, which is I-ness, means I am overly fond of myself. Means I feel I am so great, I am so good, I am so important, I am so elevated, I am so wonderful. Nobody is better than me. That is called ahamtva. So those things infested Arjuna's mind. And those are exactly the things that infest our minds. Exactly. You may not have thought of it, but this is exactly as it is. Then, these two things are caused by something deeper. That thing is called as moha or delusion. And moha or delusion is caused by something even deeper. That thing is called as ajnan or ignorance. And ajnan or ignorance is another name for Maya. So what is it the cause now? Maya leads to delusion. Delusion, ajnan here or Maya, lead to delusion. Delusion leads to me and mine. And there are products from me and mine also going down the road. From me and mine comes what? Kam, krodh, madh, lobh, or desire, anger, greed, jealousy, all these fellas going down the road. We call them little guys. All the little guys going down the road. And when you come to me and mine, those are major general in the army, and Ravan's army. Ravan is on the top. Then he has Meghnad and Akshay Kumar and all of them. Moha. Then comes down, me and mine. Then all the major generals in the army. And then in front of all these major generals, then you have all the infantry, foot soldiers, all of these guys, Kam, Krodh, Lobh, all of them in front. So, see where we are. If we cannot get rid of desire and anger and greed and jealousy down the little guys in the front, how will we tackle Ravan? What a journey we have to go. But Arjuna was one of those persons who had achieved a great amount of stability in his life, a great amount of accomplishments. And he was one of those persons who was taught by the great Dronacharya also. So he had mastered a lot of these things. But now he was at this point where he had not yet mastered me and mine. He had not gotten rid of me and mine. Desire, anger, greed, all of these things, he had dealt with them well. One more thing at the higher level here. When Ravan sees that Meghnad is dead, when he sees all his major generals dead, Ravan becomes shaky that time, Meghnad? Indrajit? Mar gaya? Ay. Indrajit mar gaya. That made him shaky. So when we get rid of this minus, this moha, delusion, this ajnana or ignorance starts falling. The real work for all of us is right here. Now, Arjuna, despondent, full of grief, despair on the battlefield, Bhagwan tells him a very, very important thing. That is the renunciation of actions and the taking up of actions. He introduces these two things to Arjuna. And throughout the second chapter, third chapter, fourth chapter, Bhagwan keeps on mentioning these two things. As though there is one part of the renunciation of action and there is one part of the performance of actions. And this thing brought a little bit of confusion in Arjuna's mind. Arjuna feels, Bhagwan, look, I hear you talking about two things, you know. One is the renunciation of all actions and then just sitting down and meditating. And the other is, you're telling, I have to get up and do my duty. So Arjuna did not know how these two things, how they fit together, how they work together. On the one hand, you're talking about renouncing actions and sitting or taking up the part of Gyan, where you sit down and you meditate on higher reality. And the other is, you're telling me to go and do this duty. That thing brought some confusion in Arjuna's mind. And that is where Arjuna asked this question now in the beginning of the 5th chapter. Now you see, those of you who have your Gita, those who are listening at home, please turn to the 5th chapter and see the first verse. I'll chant the verses, you repeat them after me. Arjuna uvacha Sanyasam karmanam Krishna Punaryogam cha shamsasi Yat Shreya etayorekam Tanme bruhi sunishchitam Tanme bruhi sunishchitam Arjuna uvacha means Arjuna said, Hey Krishna, O Lord, Sanyasam karmanam shamsasi. You praise the renunciation of actions. Then punaha yogam cha shamsasi. Then you praise karma yoga. Means I should get up and do my duty. So on the one hand you praise the renunciation of actions. Give up all actions. Sit in meditation. And on the other hand, you say, I should engage in karma yoga. But there are several words there that I want to go over with you. We'll see this now. But, yat shreya etayoho ekam bruhi sunishchitam. Between the two, tell me decidedly, firmly, which one is proper, correct, which one is right. Between these two, because you seem to be praising both. I want to know which is best. This is Arjuna's question to Bhagwan. So, karma sannyas, that phrase first, and then karma yoga. Let me explain those two phrases. Karma sannyas means, sannyas word means the renunciation or renunciation. And karma sannyas means renunciation of all actions. Means I give up actions. And I sit down and meditate only. Have you, let me tell you, bring this in the context of simple living in Trinidad and Tobago. I'm going to describe a certain position for you. And if you have not reached there, that means to say, you still belong to the realm of karma yoga, which is fine also. But this is how you know it is time for karma sannyas. It is time to renounce actions. Have you at any time felt that all of the rituals that you are doing, all the rituals that you are engaged in, is really not bearing any fruit, or you don't feel comfortable, or you don't feel like doing it, but you feel like sitting in meditation, you feel like sitting and being quiet, reserved, going inward, going inside, and remaining in a state of bliss, peace, tranquility. If you feel that, it is time for you to renounce actions. If you don't feel quietude, you don't feel happiness and joy, being one with yourself, keeping your own company. This is the important thing. Let us take this as the measuring rod. If you have not learned to keep your own company and be happy, all by yourself, it means you still have to engage in karma yoga. You still have to engage in activity. If you have learned to keep your own company, and you're quiet by yourself, happy by yourself, balanced by yourself, you're in a state of bliss, you're tranquil, and you don't miss anybody, you're not lonely and all of those things, and you're okay, that means it is time for you to renounce actions. Now, how many people will fall in that bracket? Very few, isn't it? Most people, if they're in the house by themselves for 1 hour, nobody's coming, nobody calling. Then nobody calls, so you take up the phone and call them. And then one wife used to talk on the phone for hours. 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours. So one day, she only talked for half an hour. So the husband was surprised. What? Only half an hour you spoke? Who was that on the phone? She said that was the wrong number. So some people are so lonely and so cannot be by themselves and cannot be without things in the world that you have to go on talking to somebody or talking something, you know, and you're not really at one with yourself. Ekaki, he says in the 6th chapter. So if that is not my state yet, I am not ready to renounce actions. Second thing, that person who is ready to renounce action, he is supposed to sit in meditation. What is that? He's supposed to sit quietly for long periods, meditating. Now, if you don't have gyan or knowledge, if we don't have knowledge, what will we meditate on? So then, some people have a semblance of meditation. What is that? They sit like this nice asana and all, posture. So there's a semblance of meditation. Then what happens? The mind starts going everywhere. So the person looks like he's meditating, right? But he's not really meditating, he's vegetating. And the mind goes one place and goes another place and goes another place. And then after a long while, he realizes, hey, I was meditating. I was supposed to have been meditating and the mind was not here at all. Have you found yourself like that? Have you found yourself reading a book and you read the whole page and the next page also, and then you realize you don't know anything you read? Right? Then you go back and try to trace where you left off. That is what we're talking about. That means for you, there is no such thing as karma, sannyas. It is not the right time for you to renounce activities, actions, karma yoga. Arjuna was in that state, and Arjuna wanted to renounce action. See, he's a soldier, he's supposed to fight. That is his duty. This is how he's supposed to do his karma. But he wanted to renounce. When his mind is like the state I was just describing to you just now. Therefore, when he asked this question, tell me which is the proper thing between the two, renunciation of karma yoga, karma altogether, or engaging in karma yoga. Bhagwan tells very nicely, Arey bhai, karma yoga for you. It means to say that there's not an absolute preference of one over the other. That is a relative thing, relative to the person who is asking. In this case, Arjuna is asking, and Arjuna represents all of us. Bhagavan says you have to engage in karma yoga. And what is karma yoga? Karma yoga means you do your, see, what is the simplest definition of karma yoga? Do your duty for Bhagwan. That is hard. That definition is simple definition. Do your duty for Bhagwan. Right now, we are doing our duty to fill our belly. Bhagwan comes in there anyway? No, 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 no. उसके बीच में भगवान नहीं है. क्या है? काम है, वर्क, और पेट है. पेट माने belly. My work and belly, direct connection. That thing is not called karma yoga. That is called karma. Whereas work is connected directly to your belly only, that is called as karma. When your work is connected to Bhagwan, that is called as karma yoga. You get that difference? That you are working, whatever you are doing in this world, whichever job or duty that you have, that thing is done for Bhagwan. Even the simplest of things, you're taking care of your little children. You're doing it for who? Bhagwan. Because those children don't belong to you. They never belong to you. They do not belong to you now, nor will they ever belong to you. The children belong to, in fact, I myself belong to Bhagwan. What to talk about the children? Huh? Shurpanaka goes to Rama and said, you are so handsome and I am so beautiful. The Shurpanaka, you are so handsome and I am so beautiful. I think Brahmaji, the creator of the universe himself, destined our meeting. Therefore, I should marry you. Rama said, sorry, my dear, I am already married. This is my wife, Sita. लेकिन उधर खड़ा है मेरा छोटा भाई है लक्ष्मण. He is not married. He doesn't have a wife. You please go there. So Shurpanakha goes there. Then Lakshmana asked a nice question to her. He said, hey, look here. He is the master and I am the slave. So if you want to marry, you marry the slave. If you marry the slave, you also become a slave. Go and marry the master. It means, if you marry the slave, you also become a slave. In the very same way, if I go on doing this karma yoga for my belly, this karma for my belly, it remains as karma. If I do it for Bhagwan, it is karma yoga. And I take care of the children for Bhagwan, it is karma yoga. If I take care of the children because my children, is karma, is only karma leads to bondage. Karma yoga leads to freedom, right? And I myself am belonging to Bhagwan. How can the children belong to me? I myself am a slave to the Lord. Then you take the child onto yourself, then you make the child also into a slave. You already are a slave to the Lord. Then you say the child is mine. So the child of a slave is what? So you are a slave, and you make also the children into a slave. And Lord's what? The Lord's Maya. I myself belong to the Lord, but I am thinking I belong to myself. I become a slave to his Maya. And then I make my children slave to his Maya. When we are really slave of the Lord, the selfishness comes in there and the Maya takes us over through its selfishness. So, no. What we do? Teach the children to do their duty, not for their belly. Do their work, not for their belly. You yourself learn. Do your work, not for your belly, but for the Lord. Then you don't become a slave to his Maya. You become a slave to the Lord directly. If you become a slave to his Maya, which we are now. And we make all our children into slave also. To Maya. Become a slave to Bhagwan directly. Like Lakshmana is slave to who? The Lord himself, na? Directly. So here, when we do it for the Lord, that is called karma yoga. When we do it for ourselves, that is called karma. And one karma leads to another, and another, and another. And we wind around ourselves a cocoon which smothers us and stifles us and kills us. Like a silkworm. One silkworm, two silkworms went in a race. You heard that? Two silkworms had a race. And they ended up in a tie. Some people got that. That's a very serious joke. Anyway, so the person engages in karma for his belly and he winds a cocoon around himself by that. So karma yoga means I work for Bhagavan, not for my belly. Bhagavan will take care of my belly. So what? Bhagavan send you in this world, he'll not take care of your belly or what? He'll take care. People don't have the faith, Shraddha. So they go on only working for their belly. You see? Just like he takes care of all the birds and creatures in the world, he'll take care of you also, if you work for him. Well, there's a wonderful bhajan which has a line like that, you know. It says, दूसरों का दुखड़ा दूर करने वाले तेरे दुख दूर करेंगे राम. You remove the hardships and sorrows of the world, Ram will remove yours. You remove the sorrows and hardships of the world. It means you're working for Ram's world. Then Ram will remove yours. But what we do? We forget the world and we try to remove our own. And we do such a sloppy job at that. We try to remove, that is why we are so miserable every day. Because we are trying so hard to remove our sorrows and remove our deficiencies. And he said, Are, try to remove the worlds. That is called karma yoga. And the other one just called karma. You're trying to remove your own sorrows and all. Therefore, it never happens. So, that Arjuna is asking now, between this renunciation of actions and engaging in karma yoga, which is the best? Bhagavan replies now in verse number 2. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha
Shri Bhagavan Uvacha
Sannyasa Karma Yogascha
Sannyasa Karma Yogascha
Nishreyasa Karavubhau
Nishreyasa Karavubhau
Tayostu Karma Sannyasa
Tayostu Karma Sannyasa
Karma Yogo Vishishyate
Karma Yogo Vishishyate
Karma Yogo Vishishyate
Karma Yogo Vishishyate.
Shri Bhagavan Uvacha. This is one of those most wonderful texts where the words are coming out directly from the mouth of the Lord himself. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha. The Lord himself said, Sannyasa Karma Yoga cha, renunciation of action, and Karma Yoga Nishreyasa Karavubhau. Both of them, Nishreyasa Karav, both of them lead to the highest. Whether it is renunciation of actions or Karma Yoga, both lead to the highest. So the Lord starts out by telling both are okay. It's just that some people might be suited to renunciation of actions, and they might be suited to, sitting down there and meditating for long hours, and the mind is kept still. Kutastham, achalam, dhruvam. Firm, a state of balance and equilibrium, equipoise. Some people are suited to that. And by that he'll reach enlightenment. And by karma yoga also, working for Bhagavan, the person will reach enlightenment. Not parallel paths, serially ordered paths. Karma yoga will eventually lead the person to the state where he can renounce actions. But both are great. Tayoho too, but between the two of them, karma sannyasat, karma yoga vishishyate. Karma yoga is better than karma sannyas. Engaging yourself in actions, engaging yourself in activities for the Lord is better than karma sannyas. But just now you said both are good. Just now you said both are good. Now you say karma yoga is better. What? The Lord is not making up his mind or what? What he means to say, for you, Arjuna, karma yoga is better. For you, Arjuna, who do not have gyan, who do not have knowledge, who cannot sit quietly, that means for all of us, who cannot sit quietly. Everywhere I go. Just now, I was just having some camp in the Rockies. Such a most serene, nice place. So I told all the campers, okay, no, they were on my back. Swamiji, can we have meditation in the morning? I said, yes. But all of you are going to sit down for half an hour like this without shaking one limb? They said, yes. Meditation class is half an hour. We'll sit half an hour. Within 2 minutes, everybody turning, twisting, shifting around. Because 2 minutes you can't sit without moving. And you really get settled in meditation when you sit for 1 hour without shaking any limb. You can't open your eyes, you can't turn. You can't switch your leg and put this one on top and that one below. 1 hour. You think Arjuna, this brave and valorous warrior, one who has wielded that bow and arrow all his life, one who was running in the forest incognito, one who rides on a chariot, one who goes and conquers kingdoms and brings in wealth. He was better than the finance minister. One who is able to do, you think that type of Arjuna, who is the very embodiment of Rajas, he'll sit down with Sattva. Where he'll get Sattva from? Rajas means active. A Kshatriya is like that. He's characterized by this thing. Well, how he'll sit down? And all of us fall in the same bracket. Either we are predominantly Rajasic, means active, or predominantly tamasic. How do you know that you're predominantly sattvic? When you can do that. What? Sit there 1 hour, no moving. Then you know that there's a great degree of sattva. Because sattva promotes that. So what is the prescription for us? Get up and do your duty. And do it for who? Bhagavan. Because this is the prescription for Arjuna. That is better. So it is better from the relative point of view. Relative means what? Relative to the person who is asking. Relative to the person who is listening. Not absolutely better. Karma yoga. That is the meaning. And this is a very, very important thing in Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavan is telling Arjuna, do your duty. Because your duty, on your duty is dependent posterity. The whole of society will progress or society will collapse. All based on whether you do your duty or not. That's the first thing. Second, society will get better, more enlightened, more evolved based on how you do your duty now. Whether you do it for your belly or whether you do it for Bhagavan. And you see what our nation has become today? Everybody is doing their work only. When we say belly, we mean for their own personal, selfish. And everybody is doing their duty like that. Nobody thinks about working for the nation. Nobody thinks about working for Trinidad and Tobago. Nobody thinks about putting his country first. Nobody thinks about putting the children of God first. Means all the people of the world, because everybody is children of God. Nobody thinks of putting the environment first. What do? We go and destroy environment, burn down all the forests, take out all the logs, kill all the animals. Oh, that's the worst. In Trinidad and Tobago, all species now become extinct. He thinks nothing of the environment. That is why Valmiki ji gave shrap to hunters. Because those fellows are the most selfish. They are the biggest thieves in the world. In the beginning of Ramayana, Valmiki Ji gives shrap to hunters. Anybody who is hunting. You know why? If you mine a chicken in your yard, if you mine a little chicken in your yard, you go down to the shop or something, you buy feed and you feed the chicken. You made some contribution in the growth of the chicken. Then you have rights also. But the person who made no contribution to the animals in the forest, the poor creature got up in the morning, went and ate, picked one leaf, another leaf, picked something here, and by that they grew. And then you gone now. I came for you. Where your rights came from? No rights. Thieves. Stena sa uchyate. In this third chapter is called. Means you made no contribution, but you just took. Not only that, you destroyed. Because by you taking, you don't know the state of the animal. That animal may have babies home. You destroy. And that is based on perfect selfishness. And that is where we are. And from that we have to evolve out, come out and stand up, and we work for humanity, work for the world, dedicate all actions on a higher altar of the divinity. I am working for Bhagwan. I am doing whatever I am doing for Bhagwan. Then we transform our karma into karma yoga. And that is what Bhagwan is telling. That karma yoga supersedes, because that is applicable to all of us. And the person who can really get himself into that karma yoga, that person is well on his way to the spiritual goal. People feel this is a very simple thing, No, Swamiji, all this thing too hard, I'll go there and I'll take a little majira and go ching, 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 ram, 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 and everything will be okay. He doesn't. Right now, any simplistic analysis of the present state of our community will reveal that we are at the height of our intellectual laziness, our society. And until you recognize where you are, you will never come out of it. What do we have? What are we suffering from? The malady of intellectual laziness. That is where we are. You tell anybody, think! Open your intellect and think, socho zara. He says, Swamiji, oh God, I want to bust my brain. But I told you last night, a stool cannot stand up on two legs. You ever see any stool standing up on two legs? No. It needs three legs. We have to develop the physical faculty for seva. We have to chasten and purify the emotional faculty with love for Bhagwan. And the intellectual faculty has to be equally developed. You go there and sing ching ching ching, ram ram ram. Yeah, I will get moksha. I'll get moksha. It is not enough. You're only developing one leg. But your stool will stand on one leg. Why the scriptures? Why we have Upanishads? Why we have Brahma Sutras? Why we have Ashad Darshan, 6 branches of philosophy? Why we have Bhagavad Gita? So you learn to think. It is enough arti you have done for the scriptures. Now at least open it. Arey kholo na bhai. Thoda zara. Open this thing. How much arti you will do? Then only we'll come out from that intellectual laziness which we have found ourselves in. So what I am explaining to you is the principle of karma yoga, where the person is required. And see, I am not angry with anybody else. I am just saying where we are and where we have to go. Those who have done their work before us, They have brought the society to a certain state, but the society should not just stay there. Society should evolve. And until you engage yourself in a program of this sort, where you harness your potential and subject yourself to the teachings of the Bhagavad Gita, we will not come out of that state from where we are. We will not move one notch higher. You see? So the program which is being introduced by Bhagwan here, which is, he is hammering to Arjuna, this thing is called a karma yoga, doing your duty for the Lord. Coming out of the rut of selfishness, where I only work to fill my belly, and in the bargain, I trample on anybody, take anything, amass, who doesn't get, I don't care, as long as I get. That is where the selfishness leads. That is where the selfishness leads to what we have in Trinidad and Tobago today. But when one turns his attention to the higher and now dedicates his action to that higher, he works for the benefit of his country and for the people and for the world and for the environment. He works for Bhagwan. That is the meaning of working for Bhagwan. Then we are bringing our country, our nation, we are bringing our civilization to greater heights. And in the bargain, we are lifting ourselves also to greater heights. What an esoteric principle is being introduced by Bhagwan. And Arjuna, there is where you belong. There is where you are supposed to be placing your attention. So karma yoga supersedes anything you can think about at your level. Karma yoga supersedes everything. In fact, you were thinking about renouncing karmas. I'll give up. And you sit down and meditate. But that is a very long way yet. And this thing about renunciation, look here, one more thing. Let me tell you a very simple thing. When people come and they ask, Swamiji, you think I should go to the ashram and study the brahmachari course? If you ever come and you ask me that question, better don't come. This thing about renunciation, and you go asking this one and telling that one, and I'm going to the ashram. Or should I go to the ashram and study? If that is what is there in your mind, that means you do not belong there. If you have to renounce, and then Arjuna is asking Krishna also, if he had to renounce, he would have never asked Krishna. And the person who is ready for renunciation, he doesn't have to ask anybody anything. In fact, he renounces asking also. But what is renunciation? If you're still going to ask, that means you have to renounce. You have to renounce asking also. You just get up and go. There's nothing to ask anybody. So if you're going to ask anybody, that means to say, look, you should not be going there. You just take up yourself and you come there when you will have to come. So renunciation is such a wonderful thing that when you are ready for that, you and only you will know, and there will be nobody who will stop you, and there will be nobody who you will have to ask anything. So, but Arjuna he's asking to Bhagwan. That shows. One wife came home. Her husband used to have that type of disposition, like renunciate. But he used to be very quiet. So the wife came home and she was looking a little bit disturbed, agitated. So the husband asked, what happened? She said, I just came from my father's house. And my youngest brother who is living there, he's thinking about renunciation. He's thinking about it. And my father is worried, my mother is worried. Because in India, nobody wants their children to renounce anything. Mother is worried, father is worried, I am worried. He's thinking about leaving home and going away and becoming a sannyasi. You know what the husband told? There is no need for you to be worried. He will not renounce. So the wife said, how do you know that? He said, because if he is thinking about it, that means he is not ready to renounce. If he was ready to renounce, he would not have to think about it. He'll just get up and go. So the wife said, get up and go? How can somebody just get up and go like that? The husband said, like this. And there was a shawl there, Angavastra. He took it and threw it on his shoulder and walked away from that house, never ever to come back. When somebody is ready, this is how they'll do it. So where is question of renunciation? There's no questioning in that. So the mere fact that even Arjuna asked, Bhagavan plainly had to tell, you have to engage in karma yoga. So what exactly is this renunciation now? And who is a real renunciate? Because sometimes we say, the person put on clothes like this, He's a Swami. He renounced this and renounced that and renounced the other thing. But Bhagavan says, don't let this clothes fool you. Anybody wearing these clothes? Bhagavan Shankaracharya talks in Bhaja Govindam also. Don't think that anybody wearing these clothes, he's a renunciate. He only wearing the clothes of a renunciate. What? Hyudara nimittam bahukrita veshaha. To fully belly. He uses the word there. Udara nimittam. To full belly. So what is a real renunciate? What is a real sannyasi? What is a true Swami? That is given in the next verse. See. Nyeya sanitya sannyasi.
Nyeya sanitya sannyasi.
Yo na dveshti na kankshati.
Yo na dveshti na kankshati.
Nirdvandvo hi mahabaho.
Nirdvandvo hi mahabaho.
Sukham bandhat pramuchyate.
Sukham bandhat pramuchyate.
Sukham bandhat pramuchyate.
Sukham bandhat pramuchyate.
He should be known as a real sannyasi. Sa nitya sannyasi nyaha. He should be known as a real sannyasi, a real renunciate. Who? That is told in the next line now. What? Yo na dveshti na kankshati. These two words are very small, but you wouldn't believe the vastness of the implications in these two words. He who doesn't hate. He is a real sannyasi. He who doesn't hate. Please see the implication of that. He who doesn't hate means he who doesn't love also. That's true or not? Because see, suppose I say, I love this watch. Right? That means any watch you wear and I hate that. Isn't it? I only love this one. The one you wearing? Oh God. You see? It means the one who doesn't hate also doesn't love. Because where there is love, there will be pairs of opposite. If I only say, suppose I say, look, this fellow is my best friend. What that means? It means all these people. Tucha. In Sanskrit. They are slighted, like slight. This man is my friend. So the mere fact that you just name one, you also include the other, because you cannot have one of the pair of opposite only existing. So a real sannyasi is one who doesn't. That's what Bhagavan says in 9th chapter. See his words, I tell you. He's describing, Lord is a perfect sannyasi. He's describing himself in 9th chapter. He says, Samoham sarva bhuteshu name dveshyosti. Dvesha, same word. Dveshti. Name dveshyosti na priyaha. It means I don't hate anybody, nor do I love anybody. Because if I say I love these people, that means I don't love these people. And if I say I hate these people, that means I love these people. So he says, I don't have hatred for anybody, nor love for anybody. I am just equal to all. So a real sannyasi is one who has no hatred or no love. It means to say what? A real sannyasi is one who has no likes and dislikes. This is the word. This is the phrase. Raga dvesh it is called. Dveshti. No likes and dislikes. So suppose today is rainy. I like rain. So today is sunny. I like sun. Because he understands that both of it, they are they are created by Bhagwan. Oh, you so big that Bhagwan creates something and you are like it? What kind of sannyasi you are? You so big that even what the Lord made you don't like. That's abhiman or not? Abhiman. So real sannyasi means he also has no abhiman, because raga dvesh is based in abhiman. So he has no likes and dislikes. I saw this thing demonstrated so wonderfully, I tell you, in front of my eyes. You know, our Guruji Swami Tejomayanji, such a wonderful, great sannyasis, you know. One day, you know, Guruji, you give him this food, he eats. You give him that food, he eats. You give him no food, he doesn't eat. One day we were fixing his bhiksha and he was visiting Trinidad. So people was sponsoring bhiksha. Bhiksha means food for the Swami to eat, right? So while talking to the different people who were bringing food for him, we had to explain, well, you know, Guruji has this ailment or that ailment, so you can't give this or give that. You have to just give something simple, and you know, and first you give him later a salad, and then you can give the other things after, like that. But there was some miscommunication in telling one of the sponsors. Some miscommunication on my part. When I was explaining to them, and well, the sponsor was actually nervous, because first time they were doing this thing. They were a little bit nervous. So in that nervousness, they didn't really catch what I was saying. So in the beginning now, Guruji is given this salad. What was there for salad? Some sliced green peppers, some lettuce, some carrots. Bas. The person heard from me that Guruji only eats salad. And this is all the food they brought. And big arrangement, everything is there now, and they came there to serve Guruji, and there's some sliced carrot, sliced lettuce, and some sliced sweet pepper. And they bring it and they place it in front of the table in a very small bowl for Guruji now. And we discovered this only at that moment. So I go over to Guruji and I whisper in his ear. I said, Swamiji, there was some slight miscommunication and these people did not know. And they only brought this few pieces of lettuce, few pieces of sliced carrot, a few pieces of sweet pepper, green peppers. Well, you know, I am expecting that, you know, Guruji will give me a good scolding because it is my fault, means I miscommunicated and this and that. You know, in his bubbly, happy, joyous time. So what? There is nothing, we'll eat this. We'll have sweet peppers and lettuce. Not in the slightest bit disturbed, perturbed, agitated, nothing. Because what? In such a Mahatma, there is no raga dveja, there is no like or dislike. I want this food, if I don't get that, I can't. And in our case, oh God, see the dal belly Indian. If he don't get a roti, you know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about? If he doesn't get his, and what kind of roti? Paratha. The one with all the oil and margarine and butter and cooking and fat and calorie, and if he don't get that, oh. See where the Mahatma is. Where there is absolute, sannyasi, where there is no raga, dvesh, no like or dislike. And see where we are. If we don't get that food which we desire in the evening, we have no zeal to eat. What type of sadhak? Where we will reach? When you cannot even control a little tongue. With tongue say, I want to eat this thing, or I want to eat that thing, and if you don't get it, oh God. Her wife put before the husband Kareli, fried Karela. Oh God, Karela, you want to kill me? But the Mahatma has no like or dislike. Whatever you put before him, he'll eat only. There's a wonderful story about Gurudev, Sometimes there may be dislike. If he knows, in this case it's not dislike, he knows the thing is not good, not sattvic, not proper. That will hamper the mind. So he said, no, I don't want this. So one day Gurudev was sitting like this. Somebody gave him nice thali. And Amma, an old lady, she was serving him. Gurudev went to her house. So she put all the different vegetables inside that thali. And then finally she went in the kitchen and she heard a story that Gurudev likes hot things. They only heard a story, She never asked also. Then she came and she put some hot achar on the side. Hot like fire achar. So before he started eating, he thought, I know she's carrying on conversation and this and that. He thought this achar on the side, not good, Man, better get rid of that first. Because you only have to stare it in the eye, in the face there, So he ate that first. This Amma came now and she saw it is missing. She said, hey, Gurudev loved this thing. She gave now another big spoonful of that thing. He loves that. Look at that. What they said is right. He loves hot things. She thought. And she's asking, Gurudev, how many siblings are you all? How many brothers and how many sisters and all? And a conversation is going on, but why is she doing this? So again, this second helping came there, So he ate some of the other things and then mixed it with this and again got rid of that. And now for the third time she saw this thing missing again. She took out that bottle and spoon and she was about to put, and Gurudev said, Amma, look, we are 2 siblings. And if you put one more spoon of that, we'll only be 1 sibling. So, here, the only time a Mahatma will reject something, if he knows that that thing is tamasic, that thing is not good for the mind, that is not good for health, and he doesn't do it on the basis of dveshti, hate. He does it on the basis of proficiency. What is the better thing to do? What is the most proficient thing to do? Why should I hamper my mind when I have to come and teach you Gita? Like that. So that's proficiency. I don't eat the thing to hamper my mind. So, Neyasa Nitya Sannyasi, you're not dveshti. He who doesn't hate, he's a real sannyasi. Means he has no special love or hatred. He's equal to all things. Whether it is this thing or that thing. Nakangshati. This is also most wonderful words. These words are so fantastic, one by one. Nakangshati means the one who doesn't go on hankering, craving, the one who doesn't go on lusting, the one who doesn't go on all the time thirsting over things. I need this, I want this, I have to get that, so many things. And for who? For himself. A real sannyasi never thinks where his next meal is coming from. A real sannyasi never thinks where he will have to be next. There is no kangshati, no craving or longing or, desiring, lusting, all such things for anything in the world. Where he will be next, Bhagwan will decide. Well, why should I go on worrying where I will be next? Suppose Guruji send me here. Suppose Guruji send me there. If you go on worrying about that, Nakanksha. He does not want craving anything this way. It is a wonderful. Now Arjuna, he was craving kingdom or not? That means he's not ready for sannyas, isn't it? He wants kingdom. Jo tu mitana chahe Jeevan ki trishna. Jeevan ki trishna means all the cravings in life. Jeevan ki trishna. Jo tu mitana chahe Jeevan ki trishna. If you want to get rid of all these cravings in life, what you do? Subah sham bol bande Krishna Krishna Krishna. Morning, noon and night chant Krishna. Subah sham bol bande Krishna Krishna Krishna. Jo tu mitana chahe Jeevan ki trishna. Jo tu mitana chahe Jeevan ki trishna. Subah sham bol bande Krishna Krishna Krishna. Subah sham bol bande Krishna Krishna Krishna. Jo tu mitana chahe Jeevan ki trishna. Jo tu mitana chahe Jeevan ki trishna. Subah sham bol bande Krishna Krishna Krishna. Subah sham bol bande Krishna Krishna Krishna. Subah sham bol bande Krishna Krishna Krishna. Keep chanting the name, because sooner or later, at some point in your spiritual journey, every one of us have to become sannyasis. Otherwise, realization is not possible. All of us will have to become sannyasis at some point or the next. It is part of the journey. It is part, see, even from the point of view of the relative world in which we are living, a person is supposed to go through brahmacharya, grihastha, vanaprastha and sannyasi. That is symbolic of the journey that you have to make in toto. Spiritually also, you are supposed to be, in all the lifetimes added together, you are supposed to be one who is learning, one who does his duty, one who retires, and one who eventually renounces everything. This is how the jiva is supposed to evolve. If you put all lifetimes together, or you take only one lifetime, that's the same process. So you'll have to become so we'll have to learn to give up kanksha. Akanksha means all this pining and craving. This thing I must have, that thing I must have. So he's a real sannyasi. Nirdvandvo hi mahabaho. The nirdvandvaha is also such a nice word. I will tell you that word tomorrow.